I am so glad to see you. How's everyone? Well, as you know, how I start the show every week. I'm here and you're here, so that means we're here and we are ready to get started. I am so excited to be here. Let me tell you, last week, from last Thursday to this Thursday, oh my gosh, so much has happened. But I am just so thankful because things could have been so much worse. But look, I have a great show prepared for you tonight. But before I jump in with our special guest, I want to say a special thank you to a group of men right here in the city of Jacksonville. And that is blinking, so that doesn't look like we need to look at that right now. So let me take that off. And but what I was going to show you, but I'm going to go ahead and say thank you to 100 Black Men of Jacksonville, Florida. 100 Black Men is an organization that is designed to help uplift and build up young men throughout the city, throughout the community. And every year they have a scholarship fund, and it is called what is it called? It is called the Bernard V. Gregory Scholarship Fund. And every year they award a group of students, quite a bit of money, as well as many students receive laptops. So they also are an organization that renews their scholarship for students. If you reapply and you're keeping your grades up, then you can reapply and receive funding for the following year. So it is just a great organization. I have had the privilege of being there for many other students, recommending students for this scholarship. But for the last 3 years, they have been supporting my own child. So I am just so eternally grateful to 100 Black Men of Jacksonville. So let's see if that will go up on the screen. Yes, it is. It's on the screen. So it's 100 Black Men of Jacksonville. So maybe you're not in Jacksonville, but in a lot of cities throughout the United States, 100 Black Men is the organization that is reaching out to the community and helping young people. So I wanted to say thank you to them. And right now, I have a special guest. Yes, I do. And she is just a phenomenal person. So without further ado, I am going to bring in none other than Dr. Linda Woodard. And I need everybody to put your hands together and give her a round of applause.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you so much for joining me this evening.
Absolutely. I'm so excited.
So you're doing well tonight?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Wonderful. Well, for those who don't know, let me see if I can pull this up without losing both of us. We are speaking tonight about entrepreneurship. There is no choice. Woo! We live in a time today. So before we jump in, I would like to, have you introduce yourself. Tell the audience, tell the viewers who are watching now, who will watch later. Tell us just a little bit about who you are. Who is Linda Woodard? Not Dr. Woodard, but Linda Woodard. Tell us a little bit.
Well, Linda Woodard is a little girl from Cleveland, Ohio.
What?
Born, bred, and raised, and now living in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
I'm a mom of a 31-year-old gig worker, entrepreneur, boss lady.
Okay.
And I consider myself a Ben type person. I have started out as an engineer and traveled my journey through fund development. I was a technical writer for a welding magazine.
Wow.
I worked in the K-12 environment for a Cleveland Metropolitan School District, and ended up in community college, working on the workforce development side, and that was it for me. Being able to help people who needed a second chance who needed to get immediately attached to employment
Okay.
through the acquisition of a credential.
Okay.
And that's kind of been the work that I've been doing until I started gigging full time for myself. So as you can see behind me is the LDW Group.
Yes.
That is my own business. I'm the boss lady of that group, and I still do workforce and career development services for businesses, community-based agencies, government, and individuals who are practitioners, professionals who want to do leadership training and all those kinds of things, professional development. And so I'm here as a full-time gigger, they call it,
Okay. Yeah.
and having a great time. And like I said, this show is so timely because we're in a situation now where we've got to think out of the box. It's actually not out of the box, it's the new normal.
So true. So true. And we will jump into all of that. But can you tell me, what drives this passion, this fuel? You said that you landed in workforce development and you have been there ever since.
Yeah.
What was the key or the glue that made you stick to say, oh, this is it. This is where I belong?
I will tell you, I had one of the most phenomenal bosses.
Wow.
Her name is Susan Muha. As my first entry into workforce development, and she taught me everything that I know right now from Cuyahoga Community College. She is a mentor and helped me to really understand not only program design and development, but how to develop programs that with employers that we can be 100% sure they're going to employ the people that we develop.
Okay.
So I love helping people. That's just part of my inherent nature to help people. And so workforce development gives me that outlet to do it. And I'm just grateful that I've been able to transition from an administrator in the college, in the community college. I've always been one of the senior leaders. That's how we met.
Yes, it is.
At Florida State College at Jacksonville, to doing my own administration in my company. So, and it's still workforce development, still helping people change and modify their careers, enhance themselves to be more marketable.
Very good.
And that's what this is all about.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. So now that people have an idea of who you are and your passion, let's get down to the nitty gritty. So the issue is we are still very much in COVID. Jobs are being lost every day. There are all kind of news stories that are out there about what could happen if this candidate wins, if this other candidate wins, then this could happen. Just a host of things. So COVID has truly, truly turned our world upside down. And economic instability is now the new norm. So how important is it, do you think, for individuals and families to have multiple streams of income?
It's absolute. I mean, I was sat in on a board meeting for Career Source today, and they happened to have Dr. Parrish there from the Florida Chamber Foundation, who was kind of giving the state of the economy here in Florida. And basically, he reiterated what I already knew, which was the unemployment, the economy so much pre-COVID, March and before that. We are not going to get back to that same level until the third quarter of 2023, according to his predictions, when we're talking about jobs. But the jobs that he was talking about that are going to be available in 2023 are not the same jobs. So some of the jobs that exist now or pre-COVID are gone. And I used to tell people all the time in my career development hat that you must have something coming in on the side in case something like this happens. COVID, like you said, Dr. Naita, changed the whole landscape. We are in a situation now where you have no other choice but to think about things that you can do that you never thought you could do. And a lot of this is you have to go beyond the fear of doing what you thought you couldn't do, because fear is out of the door now. We have to look at ways to bring in, not only bring in extra income through multiple streams, but develop ourselves to make it sustainable. This one-off kind of gig work that we're doing is not going to sustain in the long run, but being entrepreneurial in a sustainable model will. And so creating multiple streams is important. I was looking at the employment data, and it's just alarming to see. I'm just gonna pull some Bureau of Labor Statistics. I was looking at third quarter 2020 for Black folks. Let's look at women.
Okay.
White women are unemployed March of 2020 at 8.6%.
Okay.
Black women in the same time period, March 2020, was almost 13% unemployment rate. It's not coming back. And it's the same trend for Black men and other minorities. So we need to just start thinking about this, that we have no choice but to look at ways that we never thought that we could make money. And there's just an assessment in our mind of how we have to do this. And we'll see that some things you didn't think you could do, that you thought people could pay for, they will. That's a business.
Absolutely. That's a stream of income.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a stream of
I tell you, that's how I bought all my granite countertops in the beginning. I always had some side gigging going on while I was a vice president in community college up in Cleveland, and down here I always had a training business on the side.
Right.
So you get, I call it granite countertops.
Right.
Or you go from plain black stove to stainless steel.
Absolutely, through those multiple streams, absolutely. And I know that, you and I had talked about this, and, several years ago, I would teach on the side. That was my stream of income, my multiple stream of income, so that I could afford gymnastics, so that I could afford all those other extracurricular activities and travel with the football teams and all that stuff. That was multiple streams of income. I didn't see it like that at the time, but when you think back on it, be like, yeah, absolutely, that was a stream of income. And I think that even more so now, we have to consider everything that we are doing and enjoy doing. How can we monetize this? I have friends who, they can cook their face off. Okay? They can bake cakes and do all kinds of things. And they'll sell a cake here or a meal there or something, but it's time, and you're here tonight to help them. It's time to turn that idea into a business, a sustainable business. So my question to you is, a lot of people are not ready to make that jump, or don't want to, have to make that jump from, just jump out there completely. I'm going full time. Either one, I'm quitting my job, or, they just don't want to make that jump. So is it possible to have your own business, a sustainable business on the side while working full time?
Absolutely. And that's how I started. I mean, to be quite honest, I pretty much was the breadwinner in my family. So healthcare is a big deal. And so I carried it for my family. So that meant I had to stay working. But establishing a business is easy as setting up an LLC that takes $125 on your Secretary of State's part of your state government website, which would then allow you to get your articles of incorporation in 2 weeks, and then with what you call an EIN, and your EIN allows you to then set up a business account. You don't need a lawyer, you don't need a business plan, you don't need a marketing plan. People think they gotta go and get a lawyer. That comes later. But that's what you need to get started. It's that simple. So if you do training, and you can do some training on the side, don't do it under your name. Establish an LLC because it provides you with some protections in terms of your household staff. So it's really, really easy. I'm my own daughter's career development counselor. I'm not a counselor, advisor. And I've been training her since she was little to have her own. So when she established her LLC last year, did just that. Went on this Ohio's website and filled out the LLC form online, printed it out, put $125 with it. 2 weeks later, her business, Apollo's Paw, was formed. You could do that.
Absolutely.
Once you have your business entity, it's all on after that. Then you move from that to overcoming fear.
Yes, you have a slide for that. So let me see if I can pull up your slide.
Okay.
And not have any issues with that. And let's see, it's coming. There we are. You talk about having a mindset to start a business. What is that? What's that about?
Well, the mindset is just believing in yourself. Believe that you can. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to have some challenges, but just believe that you can. And I tell people that if I can do it, you could do it. So it's changing the mindset. If you don't change your mindset to understand that you can do this. So the belief and confidence in yourself is the first thing in starting a business on the side. I call this Woodard's 5 steps to entrepreneurship.
Okay, keep going. Step 2.
And then if we talk about the next thing I say is have at least one product or service that you think you can sell. So if you make cookies, don't give them away, especially if they taste good. Sell them. Because if you sell 10,000 5-cent cookies, that's a lot of money.
Yes.
I have a little assessment. I don't know if we'll have time to figure out, whether or not you have a product that you can sell. And it's a way of looking at your own kind of strengths and what you offer. And if the yeses outweigh the no's, then you can start a business.
Okay.
And maybe we'll go over that a little bit later, but step 3, I say, is establish a business entity with the Secretary of State. That's what I was talking about, setting up your LLC.
Yes.
And that is very easy. It takes 2 weeks. 2 weeks you'll be in business.
Yes.
And then some, you do your other legal things later. But that's step 3. Step 4, I say, is get your business cards and start letting folks know you're out there. That's networking. Talking to your friends. Hooking up with people that you know. Like if Dr. Naita was needed some leadership training with her team, I'd be talking to her about doing some leadership training with her team. And then this 5th one here, I put on here because it's very important that you consider it right away. And that's making sure your taxes are correct. Remember, you have to pay taxes on the money that you earn, or else you're going to owe it. And you don't want to be in a situation. Lord knows I've made mistakes, and I'm telling people what I know. So when you talk about, very simple, change your mindset, understand that you can do this. But not only that, know that we have no choice. COVID has put us in a situation now where many of us, many of our friends, family, co-workers have lost their jobs forever. And I tell people all the time, people used to get mad at me, Dr. Naita, when I used to tell people that every job is a temporary assignment.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Yeah.
Every job is a temporary assignment.
It is.
And so if you're not prepared to either go to the next opportunity or have something on the side, when something happens like this, devastating, and I'm not talking about having 6 months worth of income savings. Most of us can't even do that anyway. But we got to be able to make money in the event something like this happens. And I'm not talking about millions. I'm talking about something that's going to sustain your lights, or buy you food in this interim period. So changing the mindset is first.
Very good. Thank you.
You can do
Thank you. So there's one other topic that you talk about all the time, and that is 5 steps to jump off a dime. So is that your 5 steps to entrepreneurship?
That's the 5 steps to jump off a dime. You do those 5, you can start your business, and then of course you'll do the legalese kinds of things. You'll network, you'll establish yourself with your chamber, your small business association. You'll get a business mentor, people that can help you with your professional liability insurance and what kind of things you need to get for that. But that should prevent you from getting an LLC and starting a business. You can jump with the first 2 steps. Change your mind.
I can do this.
And go on your website and pull down the LLC.
Yes.
That's it.
And the application is not difficult. They ask
It's
basic
not.
demographic information. They want to know what type of services are you providing or products are you selling, and who's the point of contact.
Right.
That's it. And send your money in, and boom, you have a business.
Then you go to the bank and you establish a business account that's separate from your personal account.
Absolutely.
You don't want to mingle your monies.
Yeah, go to a different bank.
Go to a different bank, right?
Just go to a different bank.
Go to a different bank.
Different everything. Yes, absolutely. So then, but I know that a lot of times, people, like you say, it's just the fear. Well, I don't really want a whole business. But there is benefit in having the LLC. There are tax benefits, but most importantly, there is some protections,
absolutely,
that are embedded that will protect your home, your livelihood, should anything go wrong. So, definitely become a real business, Yeah,
you don't want to ever do business under your name. You want to do business under your business entity. Because if a customer does not like your service or your product, they can come after Dr. Linda Woodard. That means they can get my car, they can get my 79 pairs of shoes. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
The LLC provides me with some protections. And so they can come and get my laptop, my printer, but my household items are protected. And then there's other insurances that you can get as you start building your business. But like you said, Dr. Naita, I remember when I was doing side business when I was working full time. I mean, it really helped my taxes out. So I always got money back, so to speak. because the government is real lenient in terms of how long it takes for a business to be successful. But now that I'm on my own, there's some things that I have to be really, really stringent about, and that's making sure I'm paying taxes along the way. But I tell you, I don't know at this point if I could go back to a full-time 9 to 5.
Wow.
I tell you, I was on attending a conference, but I was on the beach with my iPad participating in the conference.
Right.
Now, if I was working a 9 to 5, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yes.
So you have a lot of flexibility as long as you have your technology usually with you, unless you have an office that you're paying for. I work out of my home, so it works out really good for me.
Yeah, and that is going to be interesting when you think about it. Takes 30 days to create a habit, or 21 days to create a habit. And here we are in what month? We're going into the 7th month or something like that.
Wow, yeah.
Working from home, and you're still working. You're still very productive, but you're also doing laundry and you're cooking, and,
right. And eating.
Sitting by the pool on the. On the computer and what have you. So yeah, when we go back, full time, everybody, the whole entire workforce, that's going to be quite a shift. It's going to.
But this time, COVID has changed us in so many ways. Not only for myself personally, spiritually, it really allowed me to eliminate a lot of excess out of my life that I really didn't need in the first place.
Right.
But it gave me the opportunity to really start thinking about new products and services. It was during this time I've had this workbook for soft skills and professional development called Elevate that I had for the longest. Well, I finally published it, and it's on Amazon. And that's not a plug, but what I'm saying is COVID gave me the time to not waste this time doing something that's going to benefit you in the long run.
Absolutely.
You're going to still, if you're working 9 to 5 for a company, you still work 9 to 5. But being at home gives you a lot more flexibility to think about yourself and what benefits you and your family. And being more entrepreneurial should be what we all are thinking about.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, do you have a copy of that book with you? Do you have it handy?
No, it's in the other room.
I know, and I was going to surprise you and show you that I purchased the book. And it arrived, I have it because I want it signed. But I left it in the other room, and it would look really strange if I ran off the set and came back.
You want me to run it? It's just in the other room.
You can.
Okay.
You can.
Wait a minute.
I'll just put it on me for right now. Okay. So it's just me right now while we're waiting on Dr. Linda to run and get her book. So does anyone have any questions about starting a business? Let me see if I can find people on Facebook, if anybody is with me on Facebook. But if you have any questions, this will be a really, really good time to ask Dr. Linda about anything. I see some, what an on-time topic. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Olivia, for logging in. And I see you, Sylvester. Thank you. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and put them on Facebook. That's how I'll be able to see it. Put it on Facebook. But if you look at the monitor now, you will see Dr. Linda showing a copy of her book, Elevate, and it is a workbook. Can you tell us a little bit more about the book?
Yeah.
And I still want mine signed.
Okay. Actually, this is a workbook that accompanies a series of workshops that I do. And so the design of this is when a client hires me to do this series, they get the book, the participant gets the book. But it covers several areas, and the audiences are broad. So we have creating a career plan, effective communication, emotional intelligence, dining business etiquette,
Oh,
projecting professionalism, managing change, and team building.
okay.
And this is for career changers, mid-level managers, people who need emotional intelligence, uh, team building, etc. So I use it for that. Thank you for
Okay.
giving me that plug.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, absolutely. So you have business etiquette, business dining etiquette. What's one tip
Mhm.
out of there that you would give to anybody and everybody about business dining etiquette? I know one.
Okay.
Don't order spaghetti.
Oh, don't order spaghetti. Actually, the name of that particular workshop is called Know Your Water Glass. No, where's your water glass?
Oh, yes, yes.
So, you
Grab
know
it
how
wrong fast.
I know in Cleveland there used to be a whole lot of galas, Urban League,
Okay.
all these groups had their little galas and tables of 10. So you know how you go to your table, and you're all dressed up in your outfit, and you sit down and you wait because you don't know where your glass is.
Which one is
That's
mine?
the
And then
name. That's the name of the workshop. So if you know your glass, your beverage is at 10 minutes after the hour. You can
okay.
sit down at your station and pick your glass up first with confidence and drink your water.
All right,
There's
everyone. It's
there's
10
several
minutes.
things in there also that go the gamut from informal, formal place settings,
Mm-hmm.
what to do when you're meeting your manager or a client in a business luncheon,
Okay.
from dress, from all the way from just regular dress to white tie, and when to wear white tie, white tie versus black tie.
Hmm.
And so it goes the gamut in terms of conversation. What is
Okay.
responsible conversation at the table?
Okay.
Everything is not on the table for talking. So that's
Right.
what
Especially
business
this time of
dining
year.
etiquette is about. A
Okay.
fun, interactive workshop with a meal.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. So tell me this and we'll, wrap it up. Oh, I did get
Okay.
one comment and it said, somebody who knows you, he said,
Uh-oh.
dang, Dr. Woodard, smart as heck. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She is
Thank
all
you.
that. Yes. So, can you tell us what are some of the services that LDW Group LLC provides?
Yes, we provide right now. My company is has a contract for top operator for Career Source Northeast Florida Region 8 Local Workforce Board.
Mm-hmm.
My company is also the contracted one-stop operator for Career Source Central Florida Region 12, which is in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
That is that function, that role is a workforce development role that requires me to work with the partners that are mandated around the one-stop delivery system.
Okay.
I also provide professional development,
Mm-hmm.
leadership training, DISC assessment, a variety of different assessments,
Mm-hmm.
and we design and implement programs, training programs, usually workforce development programs. But one of the niche areas that we do is we offer this program called the Facilitating Career Development. And the folks that take this course are usually people that work in career services in colleges, universities, technical schools, K-12, HR folks who are looking to get an industry recognized credential in career development, and that's called the Global CDF. So my company is a certified trainer in that. So I do a lot of that. In fact, I just finished 12 people from Santa Fe College yesterday. So I've done about almost 30-something people from Santa Fe.
Okay.
I've done all the career services people at FSCJ. I love FSCJ. And several other colleges in Florida.
Very
So right now, I just got awarded a contract with Jacksonville Housing Authority as a workforce development consultant. Or on a grant that they just got awarded, a $2.2 million grant to provide some workforce services for some of their residents. So I was happy to get that particular contract.
Very good. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Well, I have one last question. I'll check one more time and see if there are any questions, but I do have one last question, and that is, what is the difference between having a career mentor and a career coach?
Okay. It's like night and day.
Yes, and how so?
A mentor is someone who holds your hand, pats you on the shoulder, says you can do it, and I'm going to help you get through, and that person guides you through and is really nice and sweet. And then a coach does not play. They hold you accountable to a plan. Usually with a coach, you're working with someone who is going to help you reach some goals or keep you accountable for some goals that you want to attain. And so across a period of time, you're working with a coach. I also provide coaching. I'm a John Maxwell leadership coach and trainer. And then when I wear that hat, I'm not as nice because we sit down and we look at areas of growth, and we may have 9 areas of growth, and the individual professional might want to look at 3. So over 6 to 9 months, we'll set up incremental goals and tasks and things like that over 6 months, and I hold them accountable for attaining. So coach and a mentor, coach and a mentor. Now, it's hard to be both, but I don't like to mix the two.
Okay.
You know, but you need multiple mentors.
Yes.
You need multiple coaches.
Yes.
And I don't care how high you get up, even CEOs need mentors and coaches.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what would you suggest here? I mean, being that we are women, so let's just speak to the women out there, all nationalities, all ages. What's your final thought, your final word for for women around the nation regarding multiple streams of income?
Be a boss lady.
All right.
And be confident. You can be your own leader of your own destiny. Remember, we have little ladies behind us, whether they're our daughters, our sisters, our neighbors' kids, our granddaughters. And if we're standing out, taking the lead, they're looking at us. So stand up bold, be bold, and be a boss lady. And do what's necessary to get out there and establish yourself and your business, because you can do it.
You can do it. You can do it. I love it. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for having me.
So much. So everyone, that is our show for tonight. Wasn't that awesome? I know you loved it. I know you loved it. So please, please, please